Hey everybody, it's man Minister Jonathan Simmons here for Skybox TV on AIB and also for the Real Talk Sports Show. Very excited here to be with a gentleman who is behind the scenes of a bowl that's aptly named the Celebration Bowl. John Grant with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you today.
John, listen, it's a fruition of a lot of work, but here we are. December 19th is just moments away, and two of the best teams in black college football about to play.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a long season. They both have played great football all season long. North Carolina A&T coming in at 9-2, with Alcorn coming in at 8, representing the MEAC conference, and Alcorn coming in at 8-3, representing the SWAC conference. These are the two best teams coming out of both conferences, and we believe that they are going to be representing both of their conferences very well at the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl.
Well, I tell you, it must be exciting for you and even both teams that both of them have a little familiarity with what's going on here in Atlanta. Alcorn State came here. I should make it straight. The alumni told me it's Alcorn State, so forgive me for that. But North Carolina A&T played in the Atlanta Classic last year, and of course Alcorn State was here to play against Georgia Tech. So these teams are familiar with what it's like to be under the bright lights here in Atlanta.
They both have been here, and and have had an opportunity to play in Atlanta and experience what Atlanta has to offer. We're hoping though that this is going to be something unique. This is a different kind of pressure that they'll be under, but it's a different experience that we're going to provide for the players, for the alumni, the fans, and those that are watching with the inaugural Air Force Celebration Bowl. So we're delighted to have them both here. And we believe that this will be an experience that they will never forget.
Well, as you talk about that, a bowl game experience, again, this is the first, it's inaugural, so being the first is always something that stays in your memory. But for you guys also, the Air Force Reserve, how big is that to have them as a major partner here in this bowl, really the title sponsor?
Well, it's huge, and we certainly like to thank the Air Force Reserve for believing that the Celebration Bowl was the right property for them to associate their brand with. We highly honor and respect what all of our service people do to protect us in our country, but certainly the Air Force Reserve has a special place for a number of people because it's that citizen serviceman or servicewoman. They work alongside you every single day, right, in the daily life, and then on the weekends they put on their uniform and serve their country, or they're prepared to step up and serve their country at any given time at the call of the President of the United States. So having the Air Force Reserve take the title sponsorship of the now Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl, we could not be more delighted. And the partnership thus far has exceeded our expectations in working with the representatives from the Air Force Reserve. They're just excited to be a part of this.
And of course, this is part of the classic ESPN events. One of their behind the scenes doing all this stuff here. And I heard something. I heard that ESPN, the top of the Sports Center, is actually going to be here as part of the Celebration Bowl coverage.
Well, Sports Center is ESPN's flagship brand. And we are delighted that Sports Center will be here to open the college football bowl season at the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl. I mean, we could not be more delighted to have that. The Saturday morning time slot is Sports Center's #1 time slot.
That's prime time, boys.
Prime time and so we know that they'll be talking about all the bowl games for the season from here, but it verifies the fact that the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl is a prime time bowl game, and having the opportunity to bring our HBCUs to such a platform is certainly a joy and delight. A lot of work going into it, but we're really delighted to have the opportunity to do it.
And folks, just to let you know, John, you rolled out really the full bowl experience. I know you guys have a lot of events. I think you have a fan fest. You have now tell us a little bit about the robotics that the 100 Black Men, which you're a part of, does to bring a different look, a different side of our young people.
Well, it's important that the bowl itself has a direct connection and impact to the community. And 100 Black Men of Atlanta has been known long-term for really being engaged and having that sort of impact. And having served, being a member there, but not only that, but being its CEO for 14 years before coming over to be the executive director of the Celebration Bowl, we're very clear on what this relationship can mean and the impact that it can have on young people across the Atlanta region. So having that relationship, along with our relationship with the Atlanta Falcons, and you know their commitment to giving back to the community, really gives this bowl a unique and strategic place in the bowl lineup.
There's no question about it, and what makes the place even more spectacular and official, you guys, the very first bowl game to kick off the season here in 2015.
We can't be any more excited about that. You know, to be the first game to open the college football bowl season in a city like Atlanta,
right,
and known for its sports, and to have the two conferences that we have, the Division I conferences with the MEAC and the SWAC, and then knowing that Atlanta is the #1 travel destination for African Americans makes this a very powerful and unique place for the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl to be in, to kick off the bowl season with a national championship game here in Atlanta. We can't ask for more.
There you have it, folks. High noon. Like showdown at the OK Corral, it's going to be Alcorn State versus North Carolina A&T here, representing the MEAC, of course, and Alcorn State representing the SWAC. I'm here with John Grant here. It was the, make sure I have the proper title, CEO of the Celebration Bowl. Do I have that right?
I'm the Executive Director of the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl.
So you had to get the whole title out there, folks. Well, listen, we thank you for joining us. John, we thank you for being a part of our show. And of course, here, this is it, folks. One of the greatest bowls are about to launch off here in Atlanta, celebrating the diversity of partnership, Atlanta Falcons, Air Force Reserve, 100 Black Men, and of course ESPN events. For your on the scene at Skybox and for Real Talk Sports, your main man, Minister Jonathan Simmons, with the biggest gun in town right now, John T. Gray.